that according to a World Bank, air pollution kills nearly 33,000 Mexicans every year? Did you know that worldwide, 7 million people die due to pollution-related diseases annually? Well, what's even scarier is that these figures are increasing rapidly as time lapses. This is due to the fact that currently we use combustion-powered machinery irresponsibly. Activities such as driving vehicles, riding aircraft, and utilizing diesel-produced electricity to turn on lights all contribute to the increasing pollutant abundance in the air. Breathing pollutants, as we do often in Mexico City, is extremely harmful to the physical well-being of humans. For all the fauna, in fact, as it can be the cause for problems like cancer and lung diseases. Thus, we must inhibit gasified carbon from spreading in the air. In order to achieve this goal, we must replace traditional machinery. Now that's exactly the reason why I'm about to tell you about my personal ultimate solution. Now, before I tell you my approach to this issue, I will ask, what is the most abundant material in the surface of the earth? Well, it's salt water, as it covers around 70% of Earth's surface. My solution, which might sound quixotic at first, is to utilize salt water for human benefit in the form of electric energy. Now you may ask me, why are we talking about this when there are solutions already? Well, the problem is that existing replacements for combustion generators are extremely expensive. Structures such as nuclear reactors and massive hydroelectric plants cost billions of dollars. Considering federal governments finance those projects with taxpayer contributions, it can be deducted that citizens' money is being ineffectively allocated toward invaluable energy plants which cost, I iterate, billions of dollars. If instead federal administrations assigned those resources to medical enhancement, for instance, and used a small fraction of that money to energy production with water electrolysis, that would further benefit the population positively. Now, wait. When I mentioned the word electrolysis, I noticed some of you were perplexed. So let me explain what it is. Now, before delineating my ultimate solution, I will highlight that the talk is about to get scientific, so I do suggest you bear with me. So now moving forward, basically when you run an electric charge through a substance, the molecules separate into their respective subatomic particles categorically. Now, an electric charge can be manipulated with many materials, though I will concern the procedure with zinc and copper, two contrarily charged materials. When placed in opposing sides of a given container or machine, these materials will run a direct charge when connected to a battery. In such a scenario, the water, or H2O, will be divided into 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom per molecule. The fundamental theory is that the hydrogen atom can be ultimately be used as an electric fuel source for quasi-infinite applications. Now, moving forward, this is a car I personally built. Fundamentally, this prototype was supposed to establish that it is possible to extract electricity from hydrogen, which it didn't. It was a failed experiment. And these right here were some of my other failed experiments at performing electrolysis. Kind of embarrassing if you ask me. Nonetheless, even though my scientific research wasn't precisely successful, there have been some effective endeavors. An experiment conducted by Stanford researchers in 2019 proved that electric energy can be extracted from salt water. In the figure, a substantial voltage increase is exhibited. Since the voltage increased, it can be inferred that additional energy was generated, whereby electrolysis. Yet, electrolysis isn't even a new practice. The way in which war submarines obtain oxygen for crew members during long trips consists of extracting oxygen atoms from salt water. And this is just another example of the application of electrolysis. So ultimately, water electrolysis is a functional method for the acquisition of energy. Hydrogen-driven applications can hypothetically be propitious for the health of biotic organisms, reduce the cost of energy supplied to federal governments, enhance the environmental well-being of the planet, and substantially reduce the risk of lethal diseases to humans. It's a carbon emission-free method. To wrap up, it is important to use new alternatives to replace internal combustion machinery. Today I gave you my ideas about a possible solution, but innovative methods can't stop with me. Anyone in this room is more than able to suggest further alternatives which will ultimately save the global environment. I am here on stage with the sole purpose of encouraging you to step up and start thinking of new solutions. Global warming is a problem we all engendered, and thus we must cohesively address it. Innovative solutions are essential for the future, for they propel the creation of systems that contribute to the abolishment of world-scale issues. So, let's make a change together.